Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues a royal decree. His Highness Sayyid Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed receives His Royal Highness Prince Al Walid bin Talal Al Saud. The Sultanate condemns the two terrorist attacks in Iraq and Pakistan that killed scores of people. And in a statement to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television, His Excellency the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth says that fish prices became stable. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has issued Royal Decree number 9/2017 on making amendments on some provisions of the income tax law. Article 1 states that attached amendments should be made to income tax law issued by the Royal Decree number 28/2009. Article 2 replaces the text supervising Minister of Finance Ministry wherever is mentioned in the aforementioned Royal Decree number 28/2009 with the text Minister responsible for financial affairs. This decree shall be published in the official gazette. His Highness Sayyid Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, received today His Royal Highness Prince Al Walid bin Talal Al Saud. He expressed his best greetings and wishes to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos health, well-being and continuous success. During the meeting, they reviewed cooperation march among Gulf Cooperation Council countries and the good relations binding the Council's countries in the economic, social and security fields. His Highness the Prince praised wise policies of the Sultanate and what it achieved of tangible development in various levels, expressing that this visit will give him the opportunity to meet a number of officials in charge of these sectors in which the Sultanate achieved further development. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. The Sultanate condemned the two terrorist attacks in Iraq and Pakistan that killed scores of people and injured dozens of others. In a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Sultanate expressed its condemnation for the attacks which contradict with the human and religious values, praying to Allah the Almighty to rest the deceased souls in peace and quick recovery for the injured. His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Ja'far Al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, stressed in a statement to Oman Radio and Television that the fish prices in the Sultanate market is stable. He also indicated that the production quantity increased by more than 60% during the last 5 years, in addition to the increase of exporting outside the Sultanate. The Sultanate is monitoring the places and movements of desert locusts on a daily basis to guarantee combating it as to achieve food security. This was stressed by His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Ja'far Al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. This came during the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Commission for Controlling the Desert Locust in the Central Region. The members of the Commission also discussed challenges facing them to combat this scourge that destroys the agricultural sector. The desert locust crosses borders and cuts thousands of kilometers, stripping the areas past of all vegetation. The Sultanate succeeded in dealing with the arrival of some locust swarms coming from outside its borders, whereas local locusts were eliminated, as the case in the governorate of Al-Dhahira. Still to come in our news bulletin. New premises of Omani Women's Association in the Wilaya of Rostaq is opened. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Royal Oman Police held a ceremony for the opening of the Special Task Force Police Unit in the Wilaya of Suwaiq in the Governorate of North Batina. The ceremony included the graduation of new police recruits. The opening of this unit came within the aim of the Royal Oman Police to spread peace and stability around the country, as well as to create an appropriate environment for providing police services. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Saif bin Mohammed al-Shabibi, Minister of Housing. His Excellency Sayyid Saeed bin Ibrahim al-Busaidi, Deputy Governor of Muscat, received Commander Ali Tuna Baysal, Turkish Frigate Commander. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and discussed matters of common concern. They also focused on enhancing cooperation in various fields between both countries. In order to uplift ships' inspection efficiency in the Sultanate and the GCC countries, the Ministry of Transport and Communications organized a training session in the field of inspection and monitoring on foreign ships. The session, which a number of inspectors from inside and outside the Sultanate participated in, focused on validity of visiting ships in order to preserve safety of Oman marine environment from pollution. The two-week session discussed mechanisms of monitoring and inspection operations of marine safety among the GCC countries and restrict ships from which are not meeting the international standards, in addition to review all international treaties on ship inspection. It also includes practical drill at Sohar Industrial Port as part of ships inspection. The Directorate of Cultural Affairs at Sultan Qaboos University organized a forum entitled the 7th Technical Forum. The forum aimed to find finance for students' projects and innovations. A number of students from various higher education institutions participated in the forum with their innovative works, in addition to the students of the schools in the Sultanate. More than 235 million Omani riyals is the value of real estate contracts circulated in the Sultanate during January 2017. Fees collected in the same period reached more than 6.8 million Omani riyals through more than 32,000 transactions that included sale, grant, inheritance, exchange, mortgage, and redemption and benefit. The Ministry of Social Development held a ceremony for the opening of the new premises of Omani Women Association in the Wilaya of Rostaq. This new building came within the framework of the royal grant to establish women associations in various governorates of the Sultanate. It was also considered significant to support the efforts exerted by women in various fields as well as in sustainable development. The new building included various halls, sections, and facilities to create a proper work environment for the women. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harrasi, Chairman of Public Authority for Radio and Television. The Public Authority for Electricity and Water continued to implement a number of water projects according to a development plan aimed to provide potable water to all over the Sultanate. One of these implemented projects is in the implementation stage in the project of water distribution network in Wadi al-Jizi in the Wilaya of Buraymi. This project included 22 kilometers of pipeline network in addition to establish a storage tank with a capacity of 1,000 cubic meters. In the Wilaya of Ibri, the competition of rifle shooting concluded with the participation of around more than 900 shooters from various governorates of the Sultanate and the GCC countries. The competition was accompanied with national poems on Oman and His Majesty the Sultan. The participants expressed that such events are considered important in preserving the traditional heritage and this deep-rooted sports, as well as to gather the members of the society. The event was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Ali al-Aqtabi, advisor of the state, who honored the winners of the first places at the end. In the Wilaya of Sohar in the Governorate of North Batina, the third Sohar Camel Festival started with a wide participation from the camel owners. The three-day event came to encourage camel owners and breeders to protect Omani purebred camels, as well as to preserve this traditional heritage. The winning camels were selected by an officiating committee as per camel beauty standards known by camel owners. The contest witnessed a great participation by camel owners and breeders. His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Umar Al Marhoon, Minister of Civil Service, presided over the opening ceremony. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of dust raising winds over the desert areas. Low clouds and fog are expected over the governorates of Buraymi and Dhahira. Winds will be northwesterly moderate, occasionally active. Seas will be moderate with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues a royal decree. His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed receives His Royal Highness Prince Al Walid bin Talal Al Saud. The Sultanate condemns the 2 terrorist attacks in Iraq and Pakistan that killed scores of people. And in a statement to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television, His Excellency the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth says that fish prices became stable. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.